Hey guys, it's Misko here. So this is Jasper, and this is his design portfolio that we are going to redesign for your very own educational purposes. Now, if you appreciate the free education, make sure to gently smash that like button and also tell another friend to smash that like button to also tell another friend to smash that like button. All right, so that's enough button smashing. So let's get right into it, guys. In a nutshell, Jasper, I think, has done a very good job to even get started, right? He's a 22-year-old UI and UX designer from Netherlands. He's done a stellar job in actually getting together a portfolio and actually getting it live. He's already 1,000 steps ahead of many people out there making excuses about not having a portfolio. So props to Jasper for actually making this happen. Now that we've got all the kind comments out of the way, it's time to give him a good grilling for his own benefit. So let's take a look at the website and let's use 3 key criteria to assess how and where the biggest opportunities are to improve this design portfolio. So first, we want to cover the visuals, then we want to cover the information architecture, and then we want to cover the messaging. These 3 pillars are quite important when it comes to designing for the web, UI, or UX design. So let's get into it. So first, let's cover the visual aspect of this entire portfolio. So the first thing that I wanted to point out, which is the visual consistency. So when I look at this website, there is this general vibe of a very clean and simple looking style, visual style. But then suddenly we have this static, glitchy type of motion graphic that really captures my eye, but is not consistent with the actual overall brand. Now I can imagine this being very useful for maybe a music video, maybe it's active wear, maybe it's a gym video where it's really active, lots of movement, very aggressive, but I don't think it actually suits well with the overall feeling and vibe that Jasper is going for, especially with the photo of himself here. So the first thing we want to fix up is the visual consistency, right? And then we also notice that we've got some gradients here, but overall we're not using any gradients anywhere else. It's generally flat colors. So that's also something that we want to fix and solve. And then we also have visual hierarchy that we want to focus on. So right now, the visual hierarchy is that when someone lands on the page, we want to make sure that the top part above the fold and at the top of the website is very clear and really catches the eye. However, right now, I feel like this banner and the motion and the animation is really capturing my attention, and my eyes are getting drawn from the top down to the bottom. It causes a bit of confusion, and then my eye goes further back up. So once again, the hierarchy of the visual aspects and the layouts of this website is a little bit confusing. So I think we can definitely fix up on that. Now, the second pillar that we want to target is the information architecture. So if you haven't heard about this term, it's in a nutshell, the architecture of the information on this web page. So what I mean by that, it's the structuring, right? The ordering, the structuring, how we're laying out our information on this website. So once again, fundamentals of designing for the web is that things that are the most important should be further up on the page. And then as you scroll down along the page, down the website, things should become secondary and then tertiary, and then it should sort of flow on and tell a bit of a story. Right now, I feel like we already have a bit of information about who Jasper is and the services that he provides up here. And then we have some repetitive information again in this banner. What's my expertise? So remember, when we have a design portfolio, our goal is to get more clients coming through, so get in contact with us, or it's to land a job, right? So with this in mind, what do our potential customers and our target audience, people who visit our website, want to see? Ultimately, they want to see our work. So really, my idea of redesigning this portfolio will be to remove this entire banner entirely because 1, it's inconsistent, 2, the information architecture doesn't really meet the criteria that I want to meet, and actually move up these projects further up onto the page. So once again, getting the most important information further up on the page. And then we have the third pillar, which is messaging. Now, this one's a little bit more of a funny one because I know we're designers, we're not sort of trained to write good copy or write the words and the content on the website. But at the same time, we are the visual storytellers. We are the ones who are crafting the web pages, telling the story, guiding the user. So it is definitely a good practice to practice writing clear messaging. The rule of thumb for my process is whenever we have messaging, it should be very, very clear. It should be very simple and very concise. So if we look at the hero section here, we can see that there are 3 different messages that we're trying to convey on Jasper's website: engage customers, clever user-centered design, and then some of the services. So when I read these 3 short statements, it confuses me a little bit because it's not clear exactly what we're trying to say. And I think in the redesign, we should definitely try to solve this by having a shorter and more concise messaging for the customer. And then another little thing that I want to point out is Jasper has done a lot of hard work and spent a lot of time in crafting such beautiful case studies, but he's sort of wrapped it up as latest work. Guys, whenever we have a design portfolio and we've got work to show, let's be proud of the work that we've done. Let's put it in good light and really give it the respect that they deserve. So I would change latest work to maybe, for example, recent success stories for our clients, or recent success stories in a nutshell. What we want to do is we want to package up the work that we've done and put it in good light. So without further ado, let's get right into the redesigned. Let's go 3, 2, 1, let's go. Here we have it. So here we have the redesign, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through some of the rationale behind the design decisions that I've done, and then also recap on exactly why we've done the things that we've done. So first off, I think Jasper has a very nice logo. So he's got a very nice logo, it looks very clean. I like the all caps, I like the simple shape of the circle. So starting from the top, and then we'll go further down to the bottom of the page. With the visual aspect of the website, I wanted to bring through a more consistent visual style. So if you notice on Jasper's previous design, we have different colors. It wasn't quite consistent visually. We had some rectangles for the buttons, and then we had some circles around on the website. What I wanted to do was bring visual consistency throughout the design. So by leveraging the circle in his logo, you can see that I've used the circles in the design. I've also rounded out the buttons to make it sure it's more consistent. And these visual cues are to reinforce the notion of the visual brand itself. So reinforces this circle of the KD, Conan Design logo. In the CTA, once again, I want to reinforce that visual cue, visual language throughout the website as well. As you scroll further down, everything is rounded. Even the rectangles are slightly rounded here, buttons are rounded, and you might even see this circle that I've added in the background to, one, bring focus to the title, but also, once again, bring through some visual consistency around the website. So that is what I did in terms of wanting to bring consistency in the visuals. Second thing is, I wanted to sort of move away from the light and the dark shades of the website. For me, I personally like to go all in. It's all in or nothing. So if you want to go light, you go all light. Keep it real clean, real minimal and very light. But if you want to go dark, you just go real dark. Go everything really dark and bring through nice colors and splashes of colors of the accents with the visual brand. So I decided to go with a more dark focus on the design portfolio because, once again, Jasper's goal is to get more clients with potential customers. He wants to engage with young entrepreneurs to really help bring together and bring to life their product ideas. So keeping in mind that target audience, we want to go with something a little bit more professional, a little bit more slick. And I feel like the blend of the light and dark just doesn't work. And also I feel like with the light, it doesn't really quite work with the bright sort of yellowy, brown, orange color. So what I've done is I've leveraged the dark shades of his logo to really create a dark sort of mode of his portfolio and allowed the splash of the yellowy orange color to come out as that bright CTA to really capture the eye. I've also lightened the yellow shade to bring out a little bit more of a higher saturation in the color so it doesn't feel as dull. I've also added a little bit more contrast to his photo to really bring out the contours of his face. And in the header, you might even notice that I've actually added a get a free audit, right? So I've replaced his contact button with a get a free audit. Now, if you haven't watched my video about how to increase conversion rates, right? To get more customers, to get more sales in design, then gently smash that link because there is a lot to learn about different UX tricks and tips that you can implement in your designs to really get more sales. So this is one thing. If you're looking to get more clients, if I had a button to contact us or a button to get a free audit, which one do you think potential customers are going to click more on? It's dead obvious, right? So why don't we position it as a get a free audit? Now, in terms of the messaging in the hero section, I really wanted to focus on keeping the messaging very clear and very concise. We turn ideas into powerful and results-driven experiences. Conan Design is a specialized UI and UX design studio based in Amsterdam, Netherlands. So I'm not trying to tell the customer 3 different messages. It's so simple. We just turn ideas into powerful and results-driven experiences. We are a specialized UI and UX design studio. Once again, in a couple of seconds, a potential customer knows exactly what you do, right? And then in terms of the visual hierarchy, you can see that I have added a bit of a background image in here, right? Don't mind my very messy layers because I did this in 15 minutes, but I've added a bit of a background image here to really, to create visual hierarchy. You can see that I've cut this off because I want to tell the customer and the viewer of this website that this section, this hero section, ends right here. So this is the hero and this ends right here. And this helps create visual hierarchy on your page. But second of all, I also use this image where it's sort of like these lights are zooming out into the distance. It's because I want to reinforce the notion of powerful and results driven, very fast moving sort of like feeling to the design. Now, when you scroll down further, what I've done is I've wanted to instill trust and credibility to the design. So these are actually the clients that Jasper has worked with within his case studies. I'm actually going to close this because it's really bothering me that the layers are so messy. But these are the clients that he's worked with. Rooming, he's also worked with Occupied City, he's also worked with Sparkling People. Sorry, that's actually Sparkling People. Let's fix that up. So what I really wanted to do was, instead of just going straight into the recent case studies, sometimes it's good, or actually generally it's very good to just use the logos on your website because it has a subconscious effect on people browsing your site. The moment you have real logos on your website, it feels more credible and it feels that you've actually done some really good work, or you've actually done some real work for some real businesses as well. So if you haven't noticed, we didn't have this on the current website, but once you add some logos, it just feels a little bit more established and you feel a little bit more authoritative. Now, when you scroll further down, you can see that I've added some visual cues. Once again, it's reinforcing that visual style, right? So whenever you have a chance to repeat some sort of pattern or some sort of shape to reinforce the brand, do it, because it's nice to break out from all the minimalistic designs out there. And it sort of makes it quite unique to your own. So then we have our recent success stories, right? So we're not trying to say latest work, we're packaging our work as the recent success stories. We're trying to give it a little bit more respect, a little bit more for the impact that they have. Now, you might notice if you compare this design to the little sort of the gridded icons that he had on his portfolio, the goal of showcasing your case studies is to really bring them out into the spotlight. You don't want to make them tiny and make them extremely small like over here where you're making it very minuscule and it's very hard to see. What you really want to do is you just want to make it quite large. You want to bring out the design, give it some breathing room, make it sort of the spotlight of the design and the website itself. So here we have the rooming, it's got the brand colors, a bit of the description, then we also have a CTA, but more importantly, we have this nice floating image of the design that we've done. It's not tiny, it's not too small, it's just quite large, it's easy to see, it's nice on the eyes, and it brings some visual appeal to the design as well. Same as the Occupied City, and then we have Sparkling People as well. So overall, if you compare the two designs, you can see that there are some major differences. All right guys, so hopefully you found this video extremely useful. If you want to support this channel, make sure to check the description below. I have a link to the Mizco X group, which is an exclusive mastermind group for UI and UX designers and software engineers who really want to excel as a freelancer or a designer. There's a lot more details on the website, so feel free to check that out. And if not, I will see you in another video very soon.